And a special guest in the studio for our weekly segment in the Crease, talking Evansville IceMen hockey. New head coach Al Sims still trying to work out all the details with his work visa, so he is out of the country. We did have the chance to talk to Coach and COO Jim Riggs on Monday. If you missed that conversation, you can find it on our website, ESPNEvansville.com, in its entirety. We spent about almost 25 minutes with Mr. Riggs and Coach Sims. It was good talk.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely.
We didn't plan on going that long at all, but, they got to jabbering, and it's all their fault, man. We didn't do it. We asked one question. They took off with it.
We tried to
25 minutes
keep
later.
time, and they just rolled with it. So anyway, until Coach Sims can get all of his work visa stuff situated and start making it in for the weekly segment here, we do have with us assistant head coach of the Evansville IceMen, Josh Beaulieu. Josh, does this freak you out, this little bobblehead of you sitting up here on the countertop staring you down?
No, it's all right.
You want me to?
I'll turn him
around this way.
All around
so we can look at his butt. Yeah, that makes it much better.
There we go.
Hide him over here in the corner. We've got a couple of things with you. We've got the bobblehead sits up here. We've got this picture over on the wall. You were the first one to score a goal inside the Ford Center. So you've got quite a history with this team, and obviously proud and happy to have you as part of the coaching staff.
Thanks for having me.
Now with the Evansville IceMen. So let's obviously get right to the main thing, the biggest news of the team over the last week, and really since the start of the year, when the announcement was made that the change in head coaching position was made. Your thoughts? How much have you had the opportunity to talk with Coach Sims, knowing that obviously he's kind of been here and gone and all this stuff with the work visa going on? Your initial thoughts on Coach Sims?
Oh, I was excited when they announced it was going to be Coach Sims. He's obviously got a great resume in the game of hockey, and he had a great resume as a player as well. So he was a defensive player, and his knowledge in that area is going to come in here and really help out our 6 and 7 defensemen that we have in and out of our lineup right now. So that alone will help improve our game, and then the whole defensive side of our game has been where we've been slacking. So with his knowledge there and just a little bit of input already, and things have improved, and we haven't been spending as much time in our D zone, which is great. So,
and that seems to be the impression that I got from him, and I can't speak for Jimmy, but that seemed to be the thing he wanted to work on most when he got in was the defensive side of things. And we got the impression, or at least I did, and again, the first time we met him was when he walked in the studio to talk to us for a few minutes. So we hadn't really had a chance to have a sit down with him and kind of get a feel for him, so to speak. But what I got out of him was that he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. He wants 60 straight minutes of hardcore. We're going to go out there and play hockey, and maybe something in his opinion, and maybe even in the opinion of Mr. Riggs, something that may have been lacking from this team, at least during the course of this season. Is that the way you feel as well? Yeah,
definitely at times. I mean, there was nights where we put a full effort together and still come up short, but those nights are going to happen. It's the nights that you're like you said, you're playing 40, 45 minutes of a 60-minute game, and we have letdowns in those key areas, the last 5 minutes of each period. Those are important times in a hockey game that we need to buckle down and have pride in our defense. And if we can manage to clean up our defensive zone, we'll be a lot better off, and we'll be in the offensive zone playing and having fun. And that's what guys need to understand. And it sounds really simple when we say it here. You got to take pride in your defensive zone, but it's like that in every professional sport. If you're not good in your D zone, you're not going to win games. So that's kind of the message that we're trying to send here, and guys are starting to grasp that. And we've been practicing hard towards that. So there's been a huge improvement so far, and we just plan on going forward with it.
Well, you climbed the ladder pretty quick, Josh. I think you skipped a couple of runs there. I think actually you went from player to assistant coach to head coach in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And so you are the interim head coach until Coach Sims can get in, and then you'll still have your role on the team. But how does your role change? Obviously, more responsibility and different things. And with Coach Sims not being able to be hands-on at all until this work visa comes through for legalities, this is your team. And, be honest, were you ready for this?
Yeah. I mean, I've always been ready for a coaching opportunity. And then that's, unfortunately for me, it was here in Evansville, and this is a place where, my youngest son was born, and I had 3 great years in my career here. And, I was taken great care of throughout my injury here as a player, and I struggled through some stuff last year, and Ron Gary, the owner, understood my situation and offered me the assistant coaching job here. And at that point, I really knew what my future had to bring. And so from that moment on, even as a player, I was always absorbing and like a sponge, just soaking in every little moment of hockey that I could. and now I'm able to put that in and relay that message and everything I've learned to my players. So, it's obviously it wasn't ideal for me to step in here and have to take over, but that this is a situation that presented itself, and I'm ready for anything that's been thrown at me. And I'm a big believer if you're prepared for your opportunities, you will be successful. So I've always been prepared and waiting for an opportunity like this. And I know it's only been 2 games over the weekend and possibly these 3 games here this weekend. But if I get 5 games under my belt, that'd be tremendous for my future. And,
Sure.
The great thing about Al coming in is, he was retired from the Fort Wayne Comets, and he's an older gentleman, and he really gets pride out of giving me the knowledge that he's learned and the things that he's done that have been successful for him in the past. And, he's had 2 coaches that he's already been a coach for, and they were assistant coaches under him. And they're both now head coaching teams and have a great professional career in head coaching. So, it's obviously a great situation for me here now with Al coming in, and it's only going to help me grow into what I want to be as a professional coach.
Well, and that's what's going to make you a good coach, too, is everything you just said of learning and paying attention. You're not walking into things saying, I know this. I can't learn anymore. I'm ready. Yeah. It's just the learning and that stuff. The locker room is always a big deal in any sport. Tennis, if you're playing doubles, there's somebody else in the locker room, so there can be tension. But I don't know what the deal was with Coach Mullins, and really it's none of my business, But at the same time, you got a new coach coming in now. What's the feel of the team? What's the feel in the locker room? Is there good energy?
Yeah, the energy has been really great. This week of practice here, we had a real good work day on Monday. Another good hard skate Tuesday, and then today it was great. Today we simulated some game situations, some stuff that we need to work on that we haven't had an opportunity to do yet in this season. So, all the guys have a great attitude. They've got great energy, and they're all excited about this weekend. We've had, like I said, a great week of practice, so we're prepared. We're physically healed up on some injuries. We don't have any extra bodies right now, but that's fine. Everybody's healthy, and we'll go out and play a full 60 minutes here on Friday and see what kind of bumps and bruises we come out with then. But we have a really good group in there right now. Everybody's in physical shape is top notch. So we should be able to play a full 60 minutes the way we want to play, and that's hard and aggressive and hard on the bodies and a strong D zone.
Talking to Josh Beaulieu, the assistant head coach of the Evansville IceMen, interim head coach right now while the situation with the work visa gets worked out with new head coach Al Sims. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3 and online, ESPNEvansville.com. Despite the fact that Coach Sims is not here, are you guys interacting, phone calls, text messages, something, emails, whatever, on a day-to-day basis? Are you, through these practices, trying to instill the system that he wants to bring in? How's that been working out for you guys?
Yeah, as soon as Al got into town, we had an opportunity to sit down and we went over many things. And fortunately for me, Al's systems and things that he likes to do are right in my favor. They're the things that I enjoyed doing when I was a player as well. So I know they work. I know we can have success with them, and I already know them like the back of my hand. So now it's just getting the message to the 18 guys in our lineup, and I can send Al's message because I already know and I can support his message, and I'm loyal to Al, and Al will be loyal to me, and I think that's really going to be the key to our future success together.
Now, are you guys, is there any, and I don't know, maybe legally you can't have much interaction with him. I don't know. I know the Iceman, I don't think, can actually pay him to be coach until the work visa is settled, and I may be incorrect on that, but that was kind of the impression I got.
Yeah, he can't be on a payroll at all.
From Mr. Riggs on Monday. I mean, are you in touch with him after practice? Just, hey, how'd it go here? Is there any video of practice being sent to him? How are you keeping him in the loop as far as how things are going so far?
We're just keeping in touch. Al has a lot of things going on, too, to prepare him and his family to come down here. So we're staying in the loop just as far as, things are going good and practices are going well. And Al got a chance to meet me, and he trusted me, and he knows and heard about my abilities. So I don't think Al's too worried about what's happening down here in Evansville because he knows that I'm an accountable guy, and he knows I'm going to have those guys hard at work every day. And they have a job to do. They come in for 2 or 3 hours a day, and then they're getting paid to come in and have fun to play hockey. So I make sure I get that out of them.
Well, that's a class organization. I'm sure they would not have given you this opportunity if they didn't know you could handle it. So that's why you're in the position you're in.
Yeah.
But you can kind of gripe at them if you want a little bit. You come in, you get the head coaching gig here for a little bit, and they send you on the road, man. 3 day 3-day road trip.
Yeah.
How you get away with that? You know, they can't let you coach at home. Come on.
Well, I was fortunate. Like I said, I got those 2 games at home. I didn't have much time to prepare for them, but that's either here nor there. Those are in the past now. I was happy with the effort those guys put out in those 2 games, and we made tremendous leeway onto where we want to be as a hockey club. So, again, we had a great week of practice. This weekend is huge for a hockey club, and I think it's great for myself to be able to get out on the road and be with these guys. Just for the sole fact that, when I am home, I have a lot on my plate with my wife and 2 kids. So I can kind of put them aside for a couple of days, focus on hockey, which that's all I have been doing, to tell you the truth. And
Mom can handle the home front, so you just take care of business on the ice.
And like I said, I did some video preparation, so I'll show that to the fellas tomorrow, and just cover all my bases on as far as coaching and how to prepare a team. And so I've given them all the tools and the knowledge to go out there and win hockey games, and now it'll be up to them to go out there and put the effort together.
We got just maybe time for one more quick answer, as quick as you can get it in. Obviously, the season has probably not gone the way you guys had hoped it would go, a 9-18, 2-2 record. Do you look at this now as almost a whole new season now that you've got Coach Sims in place and you're taking over at this point in time as the interim head coach? And what are you looking to improve on here as the season progresses into the second half?
Yeah, we obviously, when Al came in, we cleaned the slate. Everybody's got a new opportunity and a fair chance, and that's a 0-0-0 mentality for our hockey club. And right now it's an 0-2 mentality since we lost those 2 games. But again, there was lots and lots of positives out of those 2 hockey games, and we just need to continue here on the right track. And obviously, we don't have a problem scoring goals when we need to, and we have that firepower and that ability in there. So we need to focus, obviously, on keeping pucks out of our net, and we'll be a lot better off.
That is Josh Beaulieu, the assistant, interim head coach of the Evansville IceMen, getting ready to hit the road for a 3-game stretch, as Jimmy had mentioned. You guys will be out Friday night, Saturday night, and a Sunday evening game in Wichita. We'll have all 3. Actually, we'll have 2 of the 3 for you. Friday and Saturday night's games here on ESPN Evansville 105.3. with coverage beginning at 6:50 both Friday and Saturday night. Josh, appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for the time. We'll look to talk to you again as the season progresses, and maybe one week you can tag along with Coach Sims. You guys can both talk. We'll find time. We'll find room.
Good. Thanks for having me, guys.
No problem.